Today we will be utilizing a block and a strap if you have that available. Great alternatives to a block and strap could just be a belt, a scarf for strap, a block. Instead of a block you might have a can of beans or something. Just something, a stack of books, something that can raise the floor for you. So if you want to go and grab that, go ahead. And then we will meet on our backs with our strap close by. And as we land on our backs, just gently close the eyes and begin to notice your breath without having to do anything about the breathing. And simply by noticing, perhaps, that could encourage a longer inhale and a longer exhale. And if it's available, the eyes can gently close. Breathing in. Breathing out. Starting by stopping. Noticing the mind. The texture of thought. The quality, the tempo. Why have you shown up on your mat today? What do you hope to cultivate through this hour-long practice? How can you bring that into your experience right here, right now? Hug both knees in. Give a squeeze, a gentle rock side to side. Massage the low back on the earth. Keep the right knee hugged in. The left foot can be on the floor with knee pointing to sky, or leg might extend long. And let's draw some big circles with the right knee. Massaging the femur bone in the hip socket. Move in both directions, both types of rotation, clockwise, counterclockwise. And then open the knee out to the side like a gate. Invite the outer hip and inner groin to soften. Invite the breath down into the belly, deepening. Invite the muscles of the face to gently relax. Bring the knee back through center and take the strap around the ball of the foot. And then begin to press the heel towards the sky. The knee might stay bent, deeply or just gently. Breathing into the back of the leg. Saying good morning to the hamstrings. As we breathe here, keep reaching up through the heel and drawing the right hip forward towards the front of the mat. And draw circles with the heel towards the sky. They don't have to be very big. You'll certainly feel it. Move in the opposite direction. And then we'll take the strap into the right hand. Point the right toes towards the upper right corner of the mat. Engage the low belly and begin to take the right leg out towards the right. External rotation. And only take it as far as you can while keeping the left hip rooted towards the earth. So if the left hip is rolling over towards the right side, you've probably gone too far. And just invite yourself to back off a little bit. Getting the leg all the way out to the right doesn't bump your yogi points up. How's the breath? How's that intention, the thing that you want to cultivate through the practice? Bring the leg back through center. Bend the knee, lose the strap, half happy baby. And then ankle over knee, figure 4 into reclined pigeon. So the right hand comes through and around to hold the back of the left hamstring. The left hand interlaces with right fingers. Flex the right toes so that they hug back towards the right knee. And breathe into the belly. Feel the spine long on the earth. Listen to your breath. Release this side. Right foot on the floor. Left knee hugs in. Let's draw some big circles with the left knee. Right leg can stay, foot on the floor, knee to sky, or right leg might extend long. Moving in both directions with the circles. Hug the knee down center, open it out to the side. Soften the inner groin, the outer hip. Bring the knee back through center, take the strap around the ball of the foot. Heel draws to the sky. Toes flex back towards the face. Outer left hip rolls forward. Keep breathing into the hamstrings. And then drawing those small circles with heel towards the sky. Both directions. Pause through center. Strap into the left hand. Rotate the left toes to upper left corner. External rotation of the leg. And then begin to take it out to the side without going past that point of the right hip leaving the earth. And keeping the left side waist nice and long. Bring the leg back through center, pause. And then bend the knee, half happy baby. You can put the strap to the side. Deep breaths into the belly, inviting the outer hip to soften. If you're hearing the dog, let that be part of your practice. It's certainly part of mine.
ankle over knee. Flexing the left toes, bringing the right knee closer towards the body, coming into reclined pigeon. The left hand reaches around or reaches through the hole that we've made. And the right hand reaches around, clasping left fingers. Long, smooth breath. One more full breath in and out. Go ahead. And then release that, hug both knees in. Bring the shins parallel with the earth, the knees line up over the hips. The belly pulls the low back down towards the earth. Okay. Flex the feet. Keep engaging through the low belly. My cameraman is knocking my camera all over the place. And keep pulling low belly down, and then interlace hands behind the head and lift the head and heart up towards the sky. You're just engaging the core here, activating those deep core muscles that support us in so many yoga poses. Try to keep all four sides of the neck nice and long. So the chin isn't dropping towards the chest. The gaze is right up towards the sky. The head rests in the hammock of the hands. And then lower the head down, lower the feet down for a beat. A little more core activation. Lift those shins again, knees over hips. Head lifts towards the sky. We're going to extend the right leg forward, heel taps the earth, knee comes back in line with the left knee. Switch sides, left leg extends and comes back. Keep going from side to side and just go to, the point that you can do. If the heel doesn't tap the earth, if the leg just extends long, that's fine. We're building the muscles, we're building the tolerance. Keep going. And if you need a little rest, go ahead and take it. Once more each side. The next time the left leg comes back in, that's your last one. Lower the feet down, lower the head down. Feel how the front body is really activated right now. And one last little bit. Lift head and heart up towards the sky. Extend the legs long in front of you. Toes flex back. Keep the sides of the neck nice and long. Maybe the feet float. They don't have to. The heels can stay on the earth here. We're going to lift the right leg, making an L shape with the legs, and lower it back down. Take the left side, lift. Keep hugging the outer hips and lower. The inner thighs roll to the earth. Right side lifts and lowers. Left side lifts and lowers. Once more each side. Yes, it's difficult. What else? What's the internal dialogue happening? Hug the knees in. Rock forward and back along the spine. Come up and over to hands and knees. Tabletop on our mats. Hands under shoulders. Knees under hips. Index fingers are parallel with one another, perhaps slightly flared out. On the inhale, draw the heart through the gates of the arms. The tailbone points up towards the sky. Stretch the front of the body. This probably feels pretty nice after all that core activation. Imagine reaching the sternum further forward. And then on the next exhale, tuck tailbone, chin towards chest. Pressing the floor away, breathing here. Feel the shoulder blades pulling away from one another. This is cat pose. Inhale, draw the heart forward, cow. Exhale, curve the spine, cat. Inhale, bring it forward, cow. Exhale, cat. Keep going with your own breath. The eyes might be gently closed. As you move, you might begin to take some circular movements with the hips, with the head, with the shoulders. Let it be about investigating the body. How does it feel when I move this way? Allow the breath to continue to move in and out. And then slowly back towards tabletop. Walk the hands forward 2 or 3 inches out from underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Have the soft bend to the elbows as they scoop in, root down to thumb and index. Lift the knees off the earth. Press the hips back like a leapfrog, and then straighten through the legs, downward facing dog. Soft bend in the knees, soft bend in the elbows. Inner thighs spiral back, triceps hug in. Breathing here. Feel the points of connection, hands and feet on earth. Inhale, float forward, plank. Notice if you had to move the feet back. That means maybe your down dog was a little short. So hands are under shoulders here. Heels pressed back. Core is engaged. Knees can lower to the earth for a modified plank. But wherever you are, you're engaging through the core. Lift the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, plank. Full exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float it forward, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank, pause. Lift the right toes off the earth. Bring the knee to tap the right tricep. Step the foot back. Left side, left toes lift. Knee bends, taps the tricep, reach the leg back. Down dog. Walk the hands back slowly towards the feet, getting the stretch as you go. Forward fold at the back of the mat. Shift the weight a little bit through the feet, forward and back, side to side. Find the center standing point. Inner arches lift, outer ankles hug. Grab a hold of either elbow, sway side to side. Release the low back. Inflate the belly on the inhale. Pull belly to spine on the exhale. Release the arms. Take hands to outer edges of shins. Zip belly to spine. Come up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, surrender to the fold. Soft bend in the knees, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head will be the last thing to arrive as you come towards standing. Find yourself here in Tadasana. Take a peek down at the feet. Have them hips distance. Edges of the feet are nice and parallel. Inner thighs rolling back as the outer hips hug. Tailbone towards the earth as the low belly pulls up and in. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, dive forward over your strong legs. Heart lifts, flat back. Walk the hands, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Step the foot through, exhale. Lower the back, knee down, uncurl the toes. Come up, Anjaneyasana. Outer hip hug it in, especially on that right side. Interlace hands behind the back of the head.
Lift head and heart up towards the sky. Shining the heart forward. Shoulder blades together on the back. Imagine you could scrub the left knee forward and drag the right heel back. Reach the arms up towards the sky, gaze up. Bring the left hand down, right arm up for a twist. Spread the collarbone wide. Roll the left shoulder away from the ear. Gaze up towards the right hand. Swim it forward and down, follow with the eyes. Hand lands on the earth. Tuck the back toes, straighten the back leg. Plant the hands to the earth, step back, plank, or modified plank with knees on the earth. Lowered forward and down, all the way to your bellies. Hands beside the chest, press tops of the feet, belly to spine. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Take the hands off the mat and tent the fingers. Inhale, undulate the spine, lift. Exhale, fold in. Keep the tops of the feet rooted. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Walk the hands back beside the chest. Either cobra or up dog. Inhale, come up. We're gonna hold and breathe. Shoulder blades away from the ears, elbows hugging in. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Use the core. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifted up and back. Step the foot through to the hands. Lower the back knee down. Uncurl the toes. Come up, Anjaneyasana. Outer hips hugging, interlace hands the funny way behind the head. Heart lifts. Let the head rest in the hands. Feel that right knee trying to bring it forward, trying to drag the left heel back. That'll really wake up the psoas on the right side. Inhale, reach up through the arms. Exhale, right hand to the earth, left arm up for a twist. Look up towards the left hand. Follow it with your eyes as you swim it forward and down onto the earth. Hands plant under shoulders, tuck back toes, step back plank. Lower through vinyasa. Lift for your back bend, hips up and back, down dog. Breathe here. Right leg lifts on the inhale. Step the foot to the hands as you exhale. Swivel the back heel down. A slight angle with the back toes pointing towards 10 o'clock on a clock face, if 12 is right in front of you. I like to have the block to the inside of my foot here, on the right, inside the right foot. Hug the right hip in. Take your right hand onto your right hip to feel yourself hug it in. Instead of it swinging out towards the right side, hug it in and back, like you could send that right hip further back while keeping the right knee towards 90. Take the right hand to the inside of the right foot on a block, or you might hold the ankle, and then begin to roll the chest towards the left. Left arm can reach up. Roll the right shoulder away from the ear. If this feels like you're collapsing too much in the torso, you can have elbow to knee. Breathe. Keep hugging the right hip in. Look down at your front foot. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Press into the back foot, lift the inner arch.
There's a slight twist in the lower half of the body as the right hip hugs in. The left hip has a gentle roll forward. And the chest is square to the left side of the mat. Feel the strength of pressing the feet into the earth. Rebound the energy up through the core, through the chest. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth inside the right foot. Walk the fingertips 90 degrees to the left. Toes point towards the left side of the mat. Wide leg forward, fold in. Hands can be on block here, or maybe they can begin to walk back a bit so heels of the hands line up with heels of the feet. Giving a soft bend to the knees, let the weight move more towards the ball of the foot. How is the breath? Slowly come up, halfway left. Walk the hands over to the left 90 more degrees. Point the left toes towards the back of the mat. Come onto the right toes. Belly to spine. Walk the left foot over to the left. Come up onto fingertips. Press into the front heel. And then float the arms back. Keep rooting into the front heel. Strong right leg. Soft bend to the back knee. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, lay back out over the front leg. Arms sweep back. Inhale, left. Outer hips keep hugging. Exhale, fold. Inhale, heart lifts, arms lift. Exhale, fold. This time, lift and hold. Crescent warrior. Ooh, wobbly. If it's wobbly, widen the base. Left foot to the left. Gaze up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Press into the left foot. Hop the right foot in and then begin to lift it. Standing splits. Press the heel. Make sure that the hips are square towards the earth. And then bring the right foot down behind, crossing behind the left leg. Pinky toes line up. So the left shin is in front of the right shin. The pinky edge side of the feet are beside one another. And press into the right leg so it's straight. And the left knee has a soft bend. And then walk the hands over towards the left. Let the head hang. Hands might be on a block. And then walk the hands over to the right. Come up onto the toes and swivel. Maybe it works. Keep walking your hands to the right until you're facing forward. Forward fold. Feet are parallel again. There's no cross in the shins. At the back of the mat. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, walk the hands to downward facing dog. You could take a vinyasa here if you want to build a little more heat, or just hold the dog. And then as we all meet in downward facing dog, the left leg lifts on the inhale. Then we step it through to the hands on the exhale. Swivel the back heel down, slight angle, inner arch lifting. Bring the block to the inside of the left foot. Hi, bud. 90 degrees in the left knee. Left hip hugging in, belly to spine. Begin to take the left hand onto the block, ankle or elbow to knee. Back leg is so strong and engaged. Top arm reaching up. Keep hugging the left hip in and back, so that we keep long length through the side waist. Strong breath. another breath in and out. Look down at the front hand. Inhale, come up. Warrior two. Breathing here. Strong in your legs. Strong in your core. Lifted heart. Shoulders down the back. We let the pose build, we let the fire build. We notice what comes up and we soothe ourselves. One more breath in. As you exhale, bring the hands to the inside of the left foot, walk them over towards the right. Wide leg forward fold, toes pointing towards the right side of the mat. You can hold on to the ankles this time, perhaps. Or hands down on the earth. Nod the head, yes. Shake it side to side, no. Get a little kiss from a dog. Hi, buddy. Come up halfway. Walk the hands towards the right 90 more degrees. The right toes point to the back of the mat. We pop up onto the left toes, making sure we have at least hips distance from side to side between the feet. Press into the front heel, hug the hip in, belly to spine, up onto fingertips, strong left leg, and then float the arms back, reaching the heart forward, lifting from the low belly, frontal hip points lifting, tailbone pointing back. On the inhale, upright the torso, maybe a soft bend to the back knee. Exhale, lay out halfway again. Inhale, lift, rooting into that front heel. For support, exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift, keeping the collarbones wide. Woo-hoo. Exhale, fold in. One more, inhale. Exhale. This time, let's inhale, lift, and hold. The gaze can lift. The outer hips hug, the frontal hip points. Pull up, engaging the core. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Press into the right foot, hop the left foot in a bit, and then coming up, two standing splits. Hands can be forward, or you might play a little bit with balance, walking the hands closer towards the standing leg ankle. One more breath in, reaching through the heel. Exhale, cross the left foot behind the right. Soft bend in the right knee as you press into the left foot. And maybe with a block or just fingertips on the earth, walk the hands over towards the right. Walk the hands over towards your left. Pop up onto the balls of the feet. Keep walking the hands to the left. Swivel on the balls of the feet until the head is pointing towards the front of the mat again. Feet parallel, hips distance. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold in. Sink into the hips, Utkatasana, chair pose. Take your hands down onto your frontal hip points. Notice if the frontal hip points, I'm really exaggerating it here, I'm unable to get to them because they're collapsed into my thighs. So I'm gonna drop my tailbone towards the earth and lift my torso more. That might mean that I bend less into my knees. That's fine. And then the arms float. As I root down into my heels, I'm pulling them away from one another without letting the knees collapse in, and that really activates my outer hips. Core is engaged. Press into the feet, come up to standing. Say, oh, thank goodness, hands to heart center. Eyes closed. Take a moment. Feel the breath. Recall the intention. Really Release the hands, blink the eyes, gentle gaze. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, fold in. Heart lifting on the inhale. Walk the hands towards downward facing dog as you exhale. Maybe a vinyasa or holding dog. Staying with the breath. Without lifting the leg. Knee towards nose. Look through. Plant the foot down, the inside of the right foot, or right hand rather. Stay high on the back toes. Strong back leg. You can set your block up if you're using it. Inhale, crescent warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Reach forward, pull the right hip back, hand to block or elbow towards knee. Now we have our straps available. You can go ahead and grab it in the left hand. Bend the left elbow, take the hand towards the small of the back. And this might be plenty, in which case you don't even need the strap at all. Keep the back leg nice and fired up. But without losing too much space on the side waist of the right side, you might bring the right hand under to grab the strap. And now you are in a bound Parsvakonasana. And you might walk the hands closer towards one another, as long as you're not collapsing the chest forward. You might gaze up towards the sky. Another breath or two. And then come back through Parsvakonasana, cartwheel the left hand down. Walk the block off the mat. Step the right foot back, plank, vinyasa, or downward facing dog. Without lifting the leg, left knee comes to nose. Look forward. Step the foot through. Swivel stay on the back toes. Pardon. Press into the front heel. Set your block up if you're using it. Have your strap close by if you're using it. Come up. Crescent. Swivel the back heel down. Warrior two. Reach, 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 reach with the left fingertips getting long through the sideways, pulling that left hip back, elbow to knee, or hand to block. You can go ahead and grab the strap if you're using it in the right hand, and then bend the elbow, back of the hand to the small of the back. Make sure that front knee is moving towards 90. Outer hip is hugging in. And then maybe the left hand comes up and underneath. Nice. Nice. Root down into that front heel. Rolling the chest open, strong back leg, strong core. Notice the messaging that the mind is sending. And then release that. You can drop the strap, Parsvakonasana. And then hands to the earth. Step back, choose a vinyasa or skip it. We'll all meet in child's pose. Okie dokie. Big toes touch knees apart so that the chest can rest between the thighs. Head can be on a block here, or maybe stacked fists or hands. Or perhaps the third eye reaches the earth. Maybe a little sway side to side, shifting the weight. That lets the forehead roll on the earth or block, massaging the muscles of the forehead. Pause in stillness. done lots of externals, which gets into our hips. Bring the right shin forward. If single pigeon is not your bag, come into an alternate hip opener, Baddha Konasana or reclined pigeon, which we did at the beginning. Lift the heart, and then slowly making your way, maybe to forearms, maybe towards the earth. We're here for maybe a minute and a half, allowing yourself to really get into this pose, into the breath. Can the intention that you set show up for you here? Slowly lifting yourself out of the pose, making your way back through down dog, or if you are not doing single pigeon, just switching sides. Left shin forward. Lower the hips towards the earth. You can have a bolster underneath the left sit bone if that's useful. And then slowly taking your time to find your way down, going in stages, noticing what you notice each stage. If you have not yet seen the photos that NASA put out from their new telescope, I think it's the James Webb Telescope, I'd really encourage you to look those up. They're pretty awesome. They really give you quite a perspective about, one, how amazing it is to be alive, and also how small we are. There's something to the acceptance and realization that we're these tiny little specks. But our lives are so big. And there's so much energy in each human being. And we have so much opportunity to explore this universe. And what are the things that create resistance? What are the thoughts? What are the old stories that we hang on to? And really how none of it matters. Which feels so freeing to me. Slowly come out of the side. And roll over onto the left hip, swing the right leg forward. Both
feet in front of you. You could sit up on a block here, lifting the hips a bit. Can feel really nice, especially if the spine is a little curved. It helps to lift it because the hamstrings can be tight. And then bend the right knee, sole of the foot to the inner left thigh, sole of the foot to the earth inside the left thigh instead of stepping it outside. About a fist distance in between thigh and foot. Lift the heart, float the left arm. Exhale, twist over towards the right. You can hook the arm around the leg, and the right hand can come back like a kickstand. Flex the left foot, roll the inner left thigh towards the earth. Let the twist keep coming through the ribs. The right ribs are rolling back, the left ribs are rolling towards the inside of the right thigh. You might gaze over the right shoulder, not craning the neck or cranking the neck. And then unwind. Switch sides, the left knee bends, sole of the foot to the inner thigh, about a fist distance in between. Float the right arm up. Inhale, lengthen through the side waist. Exhale, twist, grab a hold of that left leg. Left hand behind like a kickstand. And rolling the left shoulder back. Opening more through the chest. Keep the right foot flexed, inner thigh towards the earth. Heart lifting, ribs twisting. Maybe the gaze goes towards over the left shoulder. Maybe not quite. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind. Take the legs wide. Hands can be behind the hips, and you could just lift the heart here. That might be plenty. You could rest on the heels of the hands and lift the heart. Or you might walk the hands forward and then fold in any amount. You could have the block here, or the head could hang. The feet are engaged, toes pulling back. Sit bones rooting. Come up through center. Bring the legs together in front of you, Dandasana. Again, you might be on a block or a bolster. Scoot the flesh out from under the sit bones, float the arms, flex the feet, fold forward. You've got the strap, maybe take the strap around the balls of the feet. That might be nice so that you can keep the spine nice and long as you reach the sternum forward. The sit bones are reaching back. And then on your next exhale, you might round the spine. Chin might move more towards the chest. Notice how that can really fire up some stuff in the back. Maybe even all the way down to the hips. Slowly roll back up. One last little activation of our core. Reach the hands forward and lower down one vertebrae at a time. The hands can be on the earth for support, but maybe you can just use those core muscles to lower down until you come to laying. And then step the feet onto the earth. And windshield wipe them from side to side. Hug the knees in.
a squeeze, a gentle rock. Let the knees fall to the right, scoot the hips towards the left. The chest rolls open towards the sky. Take a deep breath into the belly. Sigh it out. Let the body soften here. Notice if you've got any tension through the hands or the jaw. Can you allow gravity to really take over this pose? The muscles behind the eyes are softening. Bring the knees back through center. The hips scoot towards the right as the knees come high and over towards the left. The chest turning towards the ceiling. The right arm might reach out. Deep breath into the belly. Softening anywhere that's holding unnecessary tension. The throat, the cheeks. The breath is smooth, inviting surrender every exhale. Bring it back through center. Hug the knees in, give a squeeze. And then a happy baby, a nice symmetric pose, 2 or 3 breaths here, tailbone on the earth. You can hold behind the hamstrings or the edges of the feet. And then release this. Extend the legs out in front of you. Extend the arms out beside you, palms facing up towards the sky. Take a long, slow breath in through the nose, filling all the way up. Hold at the top. Soften the heart, soften the shoulders. Part the lips, sigh it out. The muscles behind the eyes soften, the cheeks and jaw soften. You work your way down through the whole body, scanning anywhere, inviting it to all open, surrendering to this conscious awareness, opening to it. on the next breath in, invite more air. On the next breath out, softly surrendering once more. Wiggle the fingers. Wiggle the toes. Gently rocking the head from right to left. Stretching the arms up and overhead, pointing the toes. Reaching. Bring the knees towards the chest. Give a squeeze, take a moment. And choosing how you would like to find your way to a seat, either rolling to one side or rocking along your spine. Finding your seat. Maybe the eyes can remain gently closed, palms face down on the inner thigh. Heart lifts. Notice how the body feels after the element of exertion. Notice how the mind feels through the exploration. Going through difficulty, staying with the breath, staying with the body. Bring the palms together at your heart center. Lift the heart, bow the head, call back into your awareness the intention, what it was you wanted to cultivate for your practice. And I invite you to take that with you off the mat, discovering how can I cultivate it through the rest of my life today, tomorrow, forever. Shanti, peace. Great to see you.